All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pretty substantial quote that we got today from Deebo Samuel as he joined Kay Adams on the Up and Adams show. And obviously, with this whole situation surrounding Brandon Aiyuk, it's been really challenging for the players to be able to really give their thoughts because they have to talk about it like they don't know what's happening. They got to talk about it in a very particular way. And you saw guys like Christian McCaffrey get caught up by saying, oh, my former teammate Brandon Aiyuk, and what kind of storm that created. And just it's a challenging process for players to talk about a player who's going through a grueling contract negotiation, especially guys who have been there before, like Deebo Samuel. So this quote, I'm going to let you listen to it from Deebo directly, and then we can react to it. But this is the strongest quote that we have gotten from anyone on the team since this situation has started about Brandon Aiyuk's future with the San Francisco 49ers. Take a listen to it right here and let me know what you guys think.
About this team not being able to win the Super Bowl without Brandon Aiyuk. Are you?
Am I worried?
Can this team win a Super Bowl without Brandon Aiyuk?
Can we win a Super Bowl without BA? I think BA is going to be a part of this team, so we don't have to worry about that.
Let's go.
It was short, it was sweet, but man, was it to the point. Deebo Samuel said, I think BA is going to be a part of this team, so we don't have to worry about that. And we know Deebo Samuel, he says what he feels, and he said that with his chest. So again, we've heard reports of kind of where the hangup is. It's really a minor detail from our perspective. Might not be so minor for the two parties involved, but when you look at the totality of these deals, how they come together, all the different parts to them, the majority of those things have been ironed out, and the 49ers have upped their offer, and all those reports are true. It's just we are on this final situation where just one little detail needs to be ironed out for this to be able to go through. The reason why I think Deebo Samuel is saying that is because he understands Brandon Aiyuk's not getting traded. He's not getting traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not going to happen. At one point, yes, it did feel like there was a strong chance that Brandon Aiyuk was going to get traded based on all the movement that was going into BA getting shopped and all the options and all those different types of things. So that's why the tone of this thing has been so dramatic. It's been changing. It was, all the reports that BA was getting traded to the Steelers, then everything with the Pats and the Browns and everything in between. But as I've been saying for the last couple of days, the 49ers have exhausted all options, and the best option for the 49ers is signing Brandon Aiyuk, even at a significantly higher amount than they could have had him in the summer. All the things that they've looked into, they still aren't a better team without Brandon Aiyuk. Trading him to the Pittsburgh Steelers for picks does nothing. They know they need a wide receiver in return. So one of the biggest indications of training camp this year was you could absolutely see what this team could look like without Brandon Aiyuk. I think that even upped the value of BA just by not practicing and allowing everyone to see, like, dang, he really is important to this team. So I think a lot of the anxiety and all these situations is starting to subside a little bit about Brandon Aiyuk potentially getting traded, because where we are now feeling very comfortable with is kind of just being grounded in getting this final leg of the deal taken done. I don't know if you guys saw the video I made earlier on this subject, but Mike Garafolo said the 49ers feel like they've already caved enough and caved more than they wanted to. They have come up significantly from their offer in the spring. My reporting is that they have pretty much agreed to, over the first 3 years of the deal, which is usually the hard part. That's the guarantee, the cash flow, the APY over the first couple of years. Aiyuk just wants an adjustment in the final year of the deal. So that's where we are currently at. I feel like this is an indication that yes, Deebo feels pretty confident. It feels like, with Brandon Aiyuk being back out at practice the last couple days, a lot has been made about him wearing the 49er gear. Reports of today, he was actually out running off to the side, which would have been, I believe, the first time he's actually been seen doing any physical kind of work. Typically, when Brandon Aiyuk was out at practice, he's literally off in the corner in the side, like sitting down watching practice, not like working on rehab or really that happens either before, media gets there or after. So the fact that he was out there running around today is an interesting sign of where these things are headed. So again, that's why I do feel like again we've flip flopped. There was a point where I was like, "Oh my gosh, feels like BA's gone." Like it feels like it's just a matter of time. There have been times where it's like, "Is this ever going to get done?" But again, there have been more twists and turns to this situation than I've ever seen ever in a contract negotiation. And I think that's crystal clear for even the people who have been in this industry for multiple decades, been covering this type of stuff for multiple years. It is a truly unique situation. But because of everything and how public everything has been, it kind of gives us a better understanding of where we're at. And where we're at is it does appear that Brandon Ayuk will likely remain a San Francisco 49er. It's just about ironing out these last details of this situation. And man, like I've been saying for the last couple days, we see the light at the end of the tunnel. We just gotta bust through the end of it. Um, we can see it. We can see the finish line. We can see the outcome that we've all been hoping for, and it's right there in front of us. It's just we gotta cross that line. I keep making the analogy that there's been a line drawn in the sand. Both sides are toes up against that line, and they're just waiting for one of the sides to take that step over it. And the second that side takes a step, this is done with, it's signed, it's over, and we are focusing on to I guess Trent Williams at that particular point. But all things considered, the fact that you got Deebo Samuel speaking like this, combined with what we are hearing, this is a good step in the right direction. One more step closer to clarity, as I know all you guys are looking for. But what do you think about what BA had to say? Where do you think we stand with this situation? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.